So I'm going to talk about perimenopause and perimenopause as an autistic woman. So I'm 42 and I've been having perimenopausal symptoms since I was about 40. So first off, goodness me, why do you get so dry? That's what I want to know. Like, even my eyeballs feel dry. And the skin around my eyes here, like this really thin sort of sensitive skin, this gets so dry, like not flaky dry, but like sore dry. And goodness me, I had a couple of drinks a few weeks ago. I don't drink much anymore. And the dry mouth that you get from drinking, well, this was just so extreme, like, and lasted for like a day, like the day after. And it was just crazy, and it really exasperated all the just dryness. I felt like some sort of like dry alien with all the moisture sucked out of me. The other thing I also find is at night, like, I'll go to bed and I'll be super cold, like really cold, like how I usually have been for most of my life. And then, but I can't wear anything extra, like I couldn't wear socks or a jumper or anything like that, because as soon as I have gone to sleep in the middle of the night, then I'll just be boiling, absolutely boiling, and sweating, the night sweats. And this isn't every night, and it's not all night, but it does happen. And I find I sweat in the strangest places. Like, you think you're just going to be like sort of a sweaty under your arms, but you know, a sweat sort of like down my chest and in my groin. I don't know whether that's because I lay on my side and everything's sort of closed up, but yeah, that's nice. And the fatigue, but I am more fatigued, but I don't know whether that's because I'm fatigued because I'm generally usually more fatigued as an autistic person, or whether it's perimenopause making me more fatigued. I don't know. I usually take more breaks than other people I know, so I don't know whether that's autism or perimenopause or both. Another thing is, which I've just forgotten, what is it? I've done, oh yeah, periods, of course. So the main thing is period length. Like, I'll have a cycle of like 16 days, and then I'll have a cycle of like 25 maybe for a couple of months, and then I'll have one of 50, and then I'll have one of 16 again, and then I'll have one that's like 60, and I'll think, oh, maybe I've just gone through menopause early, maybe that's it, maybe I'm done for periods, and then it'll arrive, and then I'll get another one 16 days later. It's so random. And when they do arrive, they're really, really short and not heavy at all. I might have like one day of what I'd call normal flow, and then the rest is just like nothing, like panty liner kind of business. So it's so random, and I find I never used to have PMS or anything, but I find I get more emotional and more irritable now before my period arrives. But then once it arrives, I'm fine. But again, that's really difficult because I don't know when that's going to happen, because the length of the cycle is so different from month to month. So that's a bit of a mind bender. But thankfully it's not too extreme. Nothing's extreme. But I don't know what, like with the brain fog, I stumble with my words anyway. So I'm already sort of brain foggy already with my autism, and then I've got the perimenopause exasperating that as well. So it's really quite difficult to know the balance of like what is autism, what is perimenopause. So I'd be really interested to hear from women who are further down the line than me. Perhaps you've already gone through menopause, whether you are in menopause or whether you also perimenopausal. Yeah, what can I expect? Does it make your autisticness more, like, I don't want to say worse because that makes it sound like autism's awful, but does it make your autisticness more pronounced? Perhaps that's a nicer way of putting it. Because like I said, I already stumble over my words, I already forget words, already get words jumbled up through my autism. The thought of having that worse with extra brain fog is a little bit terrifying. But yeah, let me know how you cope, how that is for you with perimenopause and menopause as an autistic woman. Has it made any difference? Do you think it's made your autistic traits sort of worse, or have you not really noticed any difference, and that you felt the menopause symptoms were completely separate to your autistic traits? I'd be really interested to know, and I'm sure other people will, because perhaps I don't know any science, or if there is any science behind any of this, I have no idea. So it'd be really interesting to know. So please let me know what you're going through and your thoughts on the matter. Thanks so much.